In this video, I'll be building my Horizonal living soil bed in a 3x3 grassroots fabric pot. I like to work with 3 horizons, with my lower horizon being my E horizon or alluvial layer. I like to think of that as the spot where bedrock starts breaking up and turning into smaller particles and slowly weathering and becoming soil. I like to start with lava rock because it's lightweight, and I like the porosity and the spaces in it. From there, I'll go to a little bit smaller gravel to fill in the voids between the larger lava rock. Your E horizon is your sand filter. That's the layer where organic particles will precipitate down, and then when they hit this sand filter, they'll stop. It becomes a zone of very rich nutrient and microbial activity. After the smaller gravel, go to even smaller gravel and sand. Now we want to close in all those spaces between the gravel and really lock in that sand filter. You can harvest sand locally if it's available to you and it's clean. I think the rivers are a great resource if they're clean waters and not polluted. And here you can see the sand just working it in. This will be the top of my E horizon. Each horizon overlaps into the other one. So it's not just a line where the E stops and the A begins. So I want to rough this up a little bit, and that way when I start putting it in my A horizon, I will have a nice mix where they come together. Bring that sand filter right up to that breather strip on your grass roots. Here you can see I have a little bit of the coarser gravel from below and the sand, and then now I'll add in the A horizon, which is the meat and potatoes of the system. And for that, I wanted to go to the local river to forage a little bit of sand and silt. And it was beautiful out there that morning. I found a nice little mud flat. This is on the edge of the river, under a tree, and it's a place where raccoons, you can see their tracks. They come and they eat freshwater clams. Here's a cross section of the silt I dug out of that spot. Looks really good, lots of layers. And the reason I say a mud flat is because you want an area where the water rises and lowers. Every time the water rises or it floods, you'll get another layer of silt. So if you look for the right location, you can get a lot of silt in a really quick period of time. Don't overdo it here. I'm going to use about 8 to 10% of this local river silt / clay mix. So I want that to be the first organic material going into my horizontal bed. To this point, everything was just a sand filter, gravel, stone. And now with adding this river silt and clay mix, this will be a nice place to start the organic material. And activity will be nice here. This is that zone where I was saying before when you water from above, everything will leach down, and here is where it'll collect. The organic particles should not pass through the sand. And so what that means is microbes will be very rich in this zone, and the roots will be very rich here too, where the A and the E meet. And you can see I left those freshwater clams right in there, mussels, and they will break down nicely over time, and they're just aeration, and they're little cups, they'll catch water. Now I want to add a little bit more organic material and start getting in my saprophytic fungi and bacteria. And what those are the fungi that break down organic material. So now I just wanted to add some bamboo and some ginkgo that I had piled up on my property. And I'll take the bamboo, the split pieces, I'll turn them up so they're like a cup. I'd like them to collect water deep down in that soil. The roots will find it. Once I have a few pieces of the wood covered with mycelium in the bed, now I'll start adding in some of my A horizon. Remember, I want those horizons to blend together. I collected some outdoor leaf mold. You can see some shredders in here. See a little green there on that grain, that's trichoderma. A little white, that's mycelium from the fungi. This is all organic material. This is all what was found outdoors, breaking down organic material, and this is what will break it down for my plants indoors. So remember, we just want to intermingle each horizon. That was the A. Just a little bit, and now I'll add the bulk of my A horizon. This is a soil that I built outdoors on a tarp. My A horizon is 1/3 peat, 1/3 rice hulls, 1/3 of my compost / IMO 3, along with other amendments. Now it's time to fill the bed on up with the A horizon and wet it. As you can see, I left a little bit of space at the top because we still have to add our O horizon, which is our organic material. Think of the A horizon as a topsoil, and then the O horizon being the leaves and tree debris and plant material that falls and precipitates from above and gets broken down by the microbes. It's almost like a mulch. Mine is alfalfa, bamboo, and silica. I like a good 4-inch thick layer. And now we're ready to plant. I hope this video was helpful in your horizontal soil build.